So if you've all been following closely, you should know there is no way to increase testosterone by taking something other than testosterone. So none of that Tonga Alley BS that Huberman's been selling and honey goat weed and all this other chemicalized garbage that you guys think increases testosterone, especially the mountain resin shilajit that everybody keeps selling, saying it's pure, it's natural, it's 99% graded, whatever. You get my point I'm trying to say. There's nothing you can take to increase testosterone other than testosterone. But there is a way to increase testosterone. Naturally, yes, I said it. There's a couple of ways to increase testosterone naturally. Now, if you are in peak physical condition and you are in peak physical shape, then you go and get your blood results done and you go and get your test measured and it's very low and you've done every single thing I'm about to list, then the only option for you is TRT. Simple. That's it. Straight up. So that is why I promote it. And I would say to everybody, there is an option out there to take TRT. But before you take TRT, if you are someone who doesn't train, who doesn't eat right, who doesn't sleep correctly, who doesn't go to the gym, who doesn't do all these things, then let's address that first. So the first thing I'm going to go with right now is training. When it comes to training, you should at the very least, I don't give a shit who you are, be doing at least 1 hour of cardiovascular activity per day. And I am not talking about these steps that these people talk about, these neat steps, walking around very slowly, hobbling about. I don't give a shit about steps. I'm talking about actual cardio. Getting on the treadmill, walking fast-paced for 1 hour. Getting on the Stairmaster, going outdoors for a jog, going outdoors for a fast-paced walk where you're going to get a little bit of dab on. That's what I'm talking about. 1 hour of cardiovascular activity every single day will increase testosterone. Additional to that, you should be doing, and that's daily, by the way. This is not 5 days a week, 3 days a week. That is 7 days a week you should be doing cardio. Training. You should be training with weights. Hang on. Let me just understand when people say heavy weights. Yes, heavy relative to you. Don't look left. Sorry, left is this way for me. Don't look right. Look at yourself. What is heavy for you? What feels heavy for you? You should be lifting heavy weights 4 times a week, correctly, under supervision of your PT or your coach or someone who's going to guide you through this to start with. Once you've mastered the basics, then you're okay to go and do this on your own. Now, I'm not saying go to the gym and start breaking PBs. That's not what I'm here. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm trying to say is go to the gym and make it hurt a little bit to the point where you know you've done something, where to the point where you know you've achieved something, where the muscle fibers have been tearing down and you're giving yourself or your body something to repair. That's what I mean by training with weights. At least 4 times a week for 1 whole hour. The other thing, and possibly the hardest thing to do for most people, and that is to control what you eat. Now, I know a lot of people are going to come for me when I say this, and I will welcome it. But you need to have a diet that is high in fat. Yes, fat. The key macronutrient that you need in your body in order to increase testosterone naturally is fat. Second, protein, and then third, carbohydrates and sugars and all the other crap. Your main focus of your diet, 90% of your diet should be fat and protein. And probably less than 10% should be carbohydrates. Now, I'm not here to give you diet advice. I'm not here to tell you exactly how you should break up your macronutrients. I don't know what you look like. If you want to buy my program, then click on the link in the description. If you want coaching by me, click on the link in the description. You guys already know this. But you need to have a good diet. Now, when you have sugar in your system constantly, your body is not making testosterone. It's very, very simple. If you want high test, it's fat first and then protein. You can live off fats and protein for the rest of your life, to be honest with you. And if you know how to do it, most people who do these kind of diets burn out. That is the issue. If you want to learn how to do it, again, I'm going to say it. Link is in the description. And last but not least, actually, it's probably not last. There's a couple of other things after this, but last but not least is sleep. Now, I am not a big advocate of sleep, and I'll explain to you why. I don't do the whole hours. I don't do this shit about you gotta get 8 hours of sleep. You gotta get 7 hours of sleep. It's not about the hours that you spend in bed. It's not about having a tracker and making sure you sleep and you get your REM sleep. It's not about that. It's about the quality of sleep. Now, how do you measure quality? There is no, I don't give a shit what you say. There's no device out there that's going to measure the quality of your sleep but you. That is it. When you go to sleep at night and you rest your head on that pillow and you wake up in the morning, you know if you've had a good night's sleep. Not some tracker, not some ring or some watch or some app that's going to be like, you slept good last night. No, that's bullshit. I was going to swear there. Absolute garbage. Stop spending hundreds on these sleep trackers. There's no such thing as a sleep tracker. When you're sleeping, bro, you are sleeping. How can something track your sleep? Okay, the only thing that it might be able to track is your heart rate. That's it. What we can do about that? What's that metric? We all know it goes low at nighttime. Very simple. It has to go low, and if it doesn't go low at nighttime, then there's an issue. We can address that later. So stop with all these sleep trackers, but you need to sleep well. And how you know you're sleeping well is when you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning, time it. Very simple. Go to bed. If you use my technique, the audible technique, and you put a timer on 15 minutes, you know if you don't ever remember going to bed and you listen to that audiobook, you know within 15 minutes of putting that timer on, you went to sleep. For me, I can get to sleep in 3 to 5 minutes. I've put it on 5-minute timer. I woke up and I was like, wow, I don't remember going to sleep, which means I slept within 5 minutes of laying down. Now, I don't sit in bed. The only time I use my bed is to sleep. That's another trick as well, right? If I sleep at 10 p.m., I've never slept at 10 p.m., okay, I'm going to give a more realistic approach, okay? If I sleep at 2 a.m., that's the time I go to sleep. 2 a.m. I go to sleep. And as I wake up and I look at my phone and it says 8 a.m., that tells me I slept in and around 15 minutes here and there for 6 hours. I do that again the next day. I remember the time I go to sleep and I look at the time I wake up. And then you'll know after doing this continuously for a few days, a few weeks, a few months, that how long you're going to sleep for. And that is how long you need to sleep for. That's it. If you're waking up with an alarm clock, that's wrong. So maybe don't do this on a work day. Don't do this on a time that you need to get up and be a slave, or you have an appointment or something important on the next day. Try this when you don't have that kind of stuff on. Me personally, I haven't had an alarm clock and I've not needed an alarm clock for, God, I don't know how many years. But look, that's just me. The point I'm trying to say is when you wake up naturally, your body will tell you, your mind will tell you, your brain will tell you, have you had a good night's sleep? Yes or no? That is how important sleep is. And that's the kind of sleep I'm talking about. Sorry, not important, but that's the kind of sleep I'm talking about. If you have all these things correctly, you have everything else right, then obviously there's another big key component as well to raise testosterone naturally, and that is the mindset. The dopamine, the hormones in your mind that your brain releases, the chemicals that your brain releases. And nowadays, obviously, we spoke about sugar already, so we're not going to get into sugar. As I said, keep it under 10% of your macronutrients. But the big one, especially nowadays with kids, is porn. That's the big one, bro. Someone said to me the other day when I made a video saying, porn decreases testosterone. They're like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, Google it, bro. I Google it, see what happens. Of course it does. It desensitizes you. And when something becomes desensitized than normal, when you're looking at this stuff over and over again, every single day, 3-4 times a day, some guys are addicted to it that much. What do you think happens to your testosterone level? It dips. That's what happens. It's a fact. It's proven. For those people who want to know science, it's scientific fact right now. So go and look it up. I ain't going to do it for you, but I'm going to tell you, it is proven that it will kill your testosterone probably faster than anything else. You can be a healthy male But if you watch porn, you're in for it. So there you have it, guys. That is how you increase your testosterone naturally. Now, if you've got all these things sorted and everything else is running perfectly fine, like me, I've got every single one of these boxes ticked to the best of my ability, and my testosterone's still low, guess what I do next? Click the link below, buy my TRT protocol. Hopefully this video gave you some value. Comment down below, like, and please subscribe.